Hi, I'm Desiree with Hands, Hooks, and Heart. I make things sometimes with my hands, sometimes with crochet hooks, and always with my heart. Thank you so much for joining me here today on my very first attempt at a YouTube video. I thought that I would come on here to inaugurate my channel with yarn, of course. That's why we're all here, right? I have a couple yarn hauls to share with you today. So I thought we would do an unboxing video. This package has been sitting on my work table for a week, I think. And it's from USPS Ground Advantage, the DMC Corporation in New Jersey. I didn't recognize this sender, and so I wasn't sure what to think, but I assumed it was an order that I placed with Hobby Lobby. I don't politically support Hobby Lobby, but I have not been able to find soft hot pink cotton yarn that my daughter and one of her besties have requested for summer tank tops. And I have been looking since February, I think, and I told the girls that they would get matching crocheted tank tops for our summer vacation to the beach, which is coming up at the end of this month. And so I am running out of time. This is a pattern that I absolutely hate, but they picked out, and I've already made 2 of those tank tops, and it's like pulling teeth to get me to finish them. So I thought, okay, I'm at least going to work with yarn that I can stand to work with. So anyway, I thought that it was going to be my Hobby Lobby order, but then I just got a notification from USPS that that order is scheduled to deliver tomorrow. So I just decided to cut open this box, and I forgot. I placed an order with Sirdar, Sirdar. If you're not familiar with them, they are a yarn retailer, and they sponsor crochet alongs throughout the year, seasonal. Last year I did a summer picnic blanket with fruits, although I substituted fruits for flowers. It was a lot of fun. And they also did a Halloween crochet along that I did last year. And I've come to realize that Sirdar does a lot of tapestry crochet and appliques that have to be sewn on in their crochet alongs. So I'm really curious to see what their next crochet along will be, because they have just started advertising that they will be hosting a fall-themed crochet along. So if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be a bunch of applique leaves to sew on a blanket, which doesn't really thrill me. I like to crochet, not to sew. So I don't know if I'll do it. I did skip their last Christmas crochet along because it was a lot of applique Christmas toys and Christmas wish list, tapestry. Not my thing. Don't get me wrong, the people who made those blankets did some fantastic work, because I did follow along in the group, but it's just not my style. So this box is from Sirdar, and let me get the packing slip out of here and show you. Look at this brightness. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. So this is Hayfield Bonus DK. These are 100-gram balls, and I bought, I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2, of their neon colors bundle, because I have someone that likes orange. So I was making a blanket for them and thought I was going to run out. And so once I got on the website intending just to order a couple skeins of orange, I saw these packs Oops. And my love for purple and brights and pink and blue got the best of me. So this is my order from Sirdar. I think you get 6 skeins. Usually when these are on sale, they're under $4 a skein, close to $3 a skein. So I don't quite remember the pricing. Let me see. No prices on here. But, yeah, there's no pricing on here. So unfortunately, that won't give me the information I was hoping to share with you. But these bundles, I think, were $27 for 6 skeins. So that was a little bit more than I wanted to spend per skein. That works out to be like $4.50. But I wanted that orange yarn. So next is my delivery from Yarnspirations that just showed up today. And look at how pathetically this mangled monstrosity showed up. Craziness. Hopefully, since it's yarn, it doesn't affect the quality of the products inside. As long as it's not wet, right? The squish factor is real, so hopefully no damage inside. Anyway, a little about me. I am a grandma several times over. I have 3 of my children still at home with me. My twins are 16. My son is 21. I also have 2 other teenager girls living with me. They needed safe space to land, so they needed to get out of their homes, and we welcomed them into ours. They were are friends with my youngest, one of my twins. And so I have 5 kids, ages 16 to 21, in my home with me. Yarnspirations, they have their annual site-wide sale where everything is 40% off in March. And I like to say that I have multiple hobbies. One is chunky knitting, whether it's with my fingers, my hands, or on a loom. Here's a little sample piece of a heart cable. Another is crochet, and I make everything from wearables to blankets to accessories, whatever, home decor. So, and another hobby of mine is buying yarn. Let's not talk about how much I spent at yarn websites this month. It's fine. It's fine. We all need tools of the trade, right? So anyway, what started me on this tangent is that Yarnspirations, in addition to their annual sale, where everything is 40% off, they have sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly sales where they will put specific lines of products on sale for 20 to 30 to 40% off. So I took advantage of, I want to say it was their cotton sale where everything was 30% off. And currently all of their Bernat yarn is 30% off. So that could be blanket extra, blanket big, blanket extra thick. It could be their perfect phasing yarns, their cotton yarns, Bernat Premium acrylic worsted, softy, baby softy, chunky, anything Bernat is currently on sale. I'm not sure how long it runs, but if you're interested, go check it out. So I ordered cotton, Bernat softy cotton, really nice, soft. It does stretch a bit similar to acrylic, as opposed to like a Lily Sugar and Cream cotton that doesn't have a lot of stretch. Bernat Maker which is mostly cotton with a little bit of nylon. Look at these brights. So I do some pattern testing for Pink Sheep Designs, and she loves this yarn. This is her Crooked Creek t-shirt pattern, and it is made with Bernat Maker yarn, which is really nice. This is a new way to do mesh stitches as opposed to doing like a double crochet and chain. This is crocheting in between the posts instead of into the stitches. So I'm hoping that I will be selected to test her Crooked Creek tank top design that she is developing. And so that's why I bought this yarn. And of course, if I'm going to buy one skein, I may as well buy 4. Especially since it was on sale, you know? And then I needed to try this Bernat Future yarn. Look at how beautiful that is. It's coming up pinker in my phone screen than it is in real life. It's more of a marled maroon, deep red with some black in it, and it is a pink toned red, but you can see my fingernails are pink. This yarn is nowhere near matchy-matchy with my fingernails. So, still gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And these were, let's see, 6 ounces, 170 grams. How many yards? 419 yards or 383 meters. And what's very cool about the Bernat Future yarns, and this one is Future Impact, they are made with recycled materials. So this is a weight 4 yarn, size 4 worsted weight yarn in the colorway Cherry. It is 52% recycled acrylic, 28% recycled polyester, and 20% recycled cotton. So still mostly acrylic. I can imagine this being a fantastic fall or winter sweater. Ooh, we shall see. And then in my search for hot pink cotton yarn, I thought I should try this Red Heart With Love Better Half. I've never used Red Heart With Love Better Half. I think it's a fairly new yarn. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 174 yards, 159 meters, and it is a 50-50 blend of acrylic and cotton. But this is a very warm toned, almost like a salmon color. Again, it's coming out more pink on my phone screen than it is in actual life. Let's see what will happen. That's red cherries with a pink bow. So this has a bit more orange than a true pink. Oh yeah, see how that red picks up the red in the yarn? There we go. That's a bit more accurate for that yarn. I wonder, let me see, if I change my lighting and go warm with my lighting, does that make this look like a warmer pink? I don't know. But anyway, and I have one more skein of this Bernat Softy Cotton. And the Bernat Softy Cotton is a weight 3, size 3 light yarn. Recommended hook size is a 4 millimeter, 4.5 ounces, 120 grams, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. And I believe, no, I don't think I have anything handy right now that I have used this Bernat Softy Cotton with. But I thought, you know, as much as I don't like to crochet with black yarn, I really love pieces made with black yarn. So I'm just going to put myself through it, I guess. Let's see, what else would you like to know about me? I live in North Carolina. I'm originally from California, but I moved to North Carolina 20 years ago, and I love it here. I'm in the Raleigh area. I have a big old goofy 3-year-old puppy Rottweiler bloodhound dog named Huxley, who is just a sweet love and does not realize he's probably 140 pounds. He doesn't realize how big he is. And I have the most beautiful brownish black, long-haired void kitty cat, Kerfluffle. She's almost 6 years old already, and I've had her since she was about 3 or 4 months. And she is shy, but she loves yarn. If I put some of this chunky chenille yarn on my worktop, she wants to be all up in it. And if I am crocheting a blanket on my lap, she wants to be all up in it. Luckily, she usually lets me continue working. So I'm grateful for that. She doesn't usually try to swat at my yarn or eat my crochet hooks. I won't say never because it has happened, but she's pretty gracious in allowing me to keep crafting. So I am a former school teacher. That was my profession before I became a stay-at-home mom when I was pregnant with my twins. So I have now been a stay-at-home mom and done other side gigs and support work for longer than I was a teacher, but that's what I went to school for. And I love seeing and helping people find their light bulb moments where concepts really catch on, whether that is when I am teaching English or crochet or chunky finger knitting. Doesn't matter. I just love being a part of people's journeys and helping them understand things. A lot of people say, oh, I can't do math. I'm suck at math. I'm not good with numbers. And I have found over the years, tutoring high school kids and working with employees and friends, I found that it's not that they're dumb, like they say. It's not that they don't get numbers. It's that they need a teacher who understands where they're getting stuck and how to overcome that, how they best learn. So part of my purpose for this channel is just to share my love and passion of yarn creations. And part of my purpose for this channel is to hopefully teach and provide some tutorials in a manner that will help people grasp concepts better that may have been troubling them. So if you have something in particular that you would like to learn in regard to crochet or chunky finger knitting, please pop it in the comments so that I can see and know what kind of content you'd like to see from me. I should also mention that I prefer to chunky knit on a loom, and that is why this piece is still in progress. I made this as a tutorial for the Facebook group that I moderate, and that is called Chunky Blanket Looming on Facebook. So you are welcome to apply for membership in that group. And oh yes, I am also a local one-on-one crochet teacher. So I meet with people of all ages. I think my youngest student has been 9 years old, and my most experienced student in life has been 75 years old. So I like to meet up at local coffee shops, or if we have a relationship and have built up a rapport, we'll meet at one of our homes, any place quiet where we can sit down and focus on our yarn. So parks, if the weather permits. So let's see. one more thing I wanted to show you in this package that I am getting ready to mail out. I have a couple of my latest projects. One of my granddaughters is turning 9 years old next week. She loves pink and purple. And so I have made her a little bear-eared bucket hat. Is this not the cutest thing ever? I could put it on, but it's not going to fit me. Like I said, she's 9. I have a big head and tall hair in a clip today, so that's not going to work for me. But this was a pattern that I tested for Sweet Lily Creations by Kat, and this is her animal ear bucket hat. Like I said, this is a kid-size version. I'm not sure if that will be included in the pattern, but during testing, Kat provided us with a standardized chart for hat measurements. And so I just followed that chart and adjusted the pattern to be a little bit smaller. This is the official hat that I made for the pattern. And again, don't pay attention to this lump of hair up at the top. And I'll probably end up moving my tag. But I made the kitty ear hat for the pattern test. Isn't that adorable? And again, it's sitting higher on my head because I have my hair clipped up at the back. But at least you can see that. So, and then the other thing that is in this package going out for my granddaughter's birthday next week is this bag made, the pattern made by Cottontail and Whiskers. Look at this, gorgeous. Dragon messenger bag is what it's called. And I actually took the strap and doubled it and then sealed it up with single crochet on each side. And so I originally made it as a crossbody and then decided to give it to my granddaughter. And since she doesn't need something hanging down to the length of my hip because she's not as tall as I am, I decided to double it, and that gives it extra strength, less stretch. And then if you open up the bag, it's got plenty of room for a nice sized wallet, a water bottle. Let's see, I think I have a water bottle here. I do. So it'll fit that water bottle in it very nicely. And I tacked down the dragon face. Now, I encourage you, if this bag looks interesting to you, if you're a big dragon fan, I encourage you to go look at the Etsy or Ravelry listing because the designer made this bag in a gorgeous, 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 deep, dark, variegated rainbow colorway, and it just highlighted the dragon wonderfully. I intentionally made this a little bit more subtle and neutral in coloring because I didn't want it to be a standout piece for the color. I wanted it to be a standout piece for this gorgeous dragon face. So I'm not sure if my granddaughter is thrilled about dragons, but her dad is, my stepson. And, well, I call him my son because he's 36 and I've known him since he was 11. So I consider him mine anyway. But he loves dragons. So I'm sure if he's anything like my kids, parents' love for dragons has worn off on my grandkids. So those are going in the mail just as soon as I can print up some postage and drop them at the post office. And I think that's enough for my first try at this whole YouTube thing. Hopefully you're watching this. You're going to give it a like. You're going to give it a subscribe. You're going to tell me what kind of content you'd like to see from me. And that will mean that I figured out how to upload a video to my YouTube channel. Wish me luck that we have a winning streak here for years and years and years. Thank you so much.